Good to sit on the same bench and get a feel of how you're going to rotate your guys. One thing I told them after practice was I'm just so impressed with how we pass the ball. I don't think anybody in the country can pass better than us when everybody we play really knows what to do with it. And to have 30 assists, I don't care who you're playing, that we're sharing like that is something that's a good trait and really positive. So, get to watch some game film tomorrow and come back and play on Friday night.
Does it feel like a continuation of last year when you look out at the personnel? It's
Yeah.
basically the same.
That starting five, those guys have played a lot of basketball together and they really know each other. I really loved how Garrick worked himself in. That's how he's worked himself in practice. He was the number one guy I was concerned with. I just thought he worked himself in like a man and was really steady. And I liked what Cam gave us. As a matter of fact, I like subbing both of them together. That is something we did tonight, and I kind of like that.
Why were you concerned about Sherman?
Just being comfortable with the lights on. Even though you're 22, 23 years old, and it's the first.
He was nervous.
Yeah, he was nervous. He was playing it off a little bit, and I just told him at halftime. I said, "Man, I'm so thrilled you're eligible, and I'm so thrilled to coach you. You add so much to our team, and him going in with Cam is kind of neat because he's almost like his big brother a little bit, and he's been very helpful to Cameron." Teaching him some stuff, getting on his backside when he has breakdowns. All I know is those guys had 17 points off the bench at halftime. That's interesting to me, those guys coming in and doing that.
What are you looking for from Beachhead? Obviously, he's not going to turn down a whole lot of
No,
shots if he has.
yeah.
You're comfortable with
Yeah,
that?
he's got to score it for us. I still think his shot selection is a work in progress still, but when you have a guy who can put it in the hole, and my history with guys like that, I don't want to yell at him too much for a bad shot. You don't want to. I don't want him gun shy. You just kind of suggest a little bit, but he's going to make some bad ones for us, and 10 points in 10 minutes, like, wow, that's a heck of a lift. He's gotten better defensively. You know what he did tonight? He rebounded tonight. He hadn't done that in practice. So he's making progress, and you know what's great about him? He wants to be good, man. He's given himself to us. Just coach me, and I love that, but he's important because he can put it in the hole.
And what's August's?
August will be back in practice Wednesday. He re-sprained the ankle. He was really good for us before he went down. But what's amazing with this team now, the train's moving. When survival of the fittest, there's a lot of guys out there. Austin Burgett has maybe been as good as anybody the last 4 or 5 days. He's made it very interesting on me that, how do we handle his situation? Again, those are decisions we need to talk about next week after the exhibition.
Mike, what allows this team to look like they've played together for so long? I mean, I know you have the 5 starters back, but
Yeah.
to incorporate the new guys the way you have, and just not even miss a beat.
Well, I do think the summer practices really helped us. There's no question, getting in there for 7 times in the summer, we were really able to teach. But what's always helped us here is my older guys that are returning have taught the young guys in the summer in pickup games, in preseason. They do a really good job of mentoring those guys. Austin Burgett, when he left summer school, came in my office. He said, "Coach, just want you to know Scott Martin was so helpful to me this summer. Like, he was unbelievable." I said, "Well, you're going to be that guy for some young guy someday." So that's part of the culture we've created here that I'm really proud of. But the summer workouts, getting in there and teaching, helped.
Eric Atkins, 13 assists, no
That
turnover.
guy's unbelievable, man. I said this the other day before we did scouting, and he was hurt for a couple days, so we didn't have our point guard. I said, he came back, he had like 11 assists, didn't take a shot, just ran the team. I said, "Eric, all I know is I can sleep tonight, that you're back." And I said, we should put a bubble around you any other time when you're leaving this building, because he's just really steady and really confident, and he's running our team. It's his show.
More steady, more confident than even a year ago?
I think so.
How so?
No, I think, he's really, just the progression of being older, and maybe how I've handled it, like where I've deferred to him, what do you want to run here? What do you think here? I really have talked to him, sometimes like I'm talking to Coach Solomon. And I would hope that helps him feel how much he has his hands on the throttle. He had the hands on the throttle all summer. He running the workouts, he's organizing guys, he's, he gets quiet sometimes. The last possession of the half, he didn't talk there, and we didn't get anything. And I told him at halftime, I said, "Well, that was unlike you." He goes, but overall, he's been, really confident and in charge. And he, his demeanor's been a little different. I asked him one day, I said, "Are you having fun playing?" Because he was so serious. "Or is something bothering you?" He said, "No." He said, "Coach," he said, I got different demeanor this year. I'm more businesslike." Great, and I think that's just growing up, maturity, chip on his shoulder from how last year ended, certainly.
Coach, there's a point where Grant, Atkins, and Cooley were kind of competitive within each other and scoring points in bulk. Is that what you want to see from those three?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care how we score it. I think we're so good at, reading what's a good shot. And if it's Jaron's good shot 3 times in a row, I think we're secure enough to let him do that. And that's the one thing about the culture here. Guys have been secure with, it says a lot for the older guys, knowing we need Cameron, even though he gets a lot of shots and takes bad shots. That's a process that could be dicey at other programs, but they know we need him. That doesn't mean they don't want to strangle him sometimes, and it's better them than me, but they know we need him to win.
Where's Condon's game improved?
He's a man. I mean, he just, I'll tell you where he's improved the most defensively. Some of the clips tonight, I told Cameron on the bench 3 times, I said, "Watch Pat this defensive possession. Closing out on guys, keeping a driver in front of him, and the guy bounces off his chest, rebounding, covering for his teammate, making the extra pass." He's playing like a man.
He's probably the most underrated guy going into this.
Really, again, he's a guy you forget to talk about him sometimes, and he just does his thing, and he's going to make a couple shots. We love when he rebounds because he can do that. But I've been really impressed with him defensively, and I've showed Cameron tape of him defensively.
Did you have a play there where everybody had issue with their left hand in one stretch?
Did we have a lot of lefties?
Everybody was making left-handed layups.
Left-hand layups. Yeah, I didn't know that. No. We hadn't worked on that. But no, it's a good night, and good to sit on the bench and see how guys interact. It was good for me to look at the minutes and say, okay, how did that, and to see how we subbed Cam and Sherm. Okay, they come in together, and how do we rotate it? And, just again, it gives you another chance to evaluate. But the one thing I'll keep reinforcing is how we share that ball, and how much of a strength that is. We shot the ball better tonight from 3 than we have in practice. I made a comment in practice to staff. I said, "I'm worried we're not making open shots like I thought we would." For about a week of practice, we were getting great looks because we move and cut and we get ourselves open, and we couldn't finish. And then tonight, we got on that run. I felt a little better that, okay, maybe we are going to shoot it better than I thought. That was a concern of mine about a week ago.
Were the minutes okay?
Yeah, no, that's kind of what I was interested to see what Sherman got, and B-Shot got. I mean, it's that was and our guards are going to get the bulk of it. They, so it kind of worked out how I wanted. Thanks, guys.